Friends, as an adage says, like our old people, the Saturn, Shani Graham, it is moving around the police department. Every day, some incident is happening. One day, the incident of Yeleshwaram, advocate Paila Subhash Chandra Bose. Second day, Sitanagaram incident. And same on 18th, another incident took place in our neighboring area, Chirala. It happened in Chirala two-town police station limits. Right. So same, here the person died. So you are all well aware that due to COVID-19, there are strict instructions according to the section 51 of National Disaster Management Act. Everybody, if he comes out, he should wear the mask compulsorily. That's why time and again I have been telling you, please don't forget the three principle, SMS principle, that is sanitization, then mask and social distance. These three things you should not forget. But of course, since youngsters normally people to tend to feel for wearing the mask. So it so happened on 18/7/2020 evening, when near the check post, the police, Mr. Ramareddy, constable and others, they were checking the people, they were conducting the check on the people. So at that time, this deceased person, Yelchuri Kiran Kumar and his friend Shiny, both of them were going on a motorcycle and came to the check post, and when checked, they were found not to have been wearing the mask. Right? Then the constable asked him as to why you are not wearing the mask, for which he might have replied, and there was some tussle between them. In the meanwhile, the SI, two-town SI, Mr. Vijay Kumar, he was informed the incident, and therefore he came to the spot, and of course he also exhibited his police effect on this Vijay Kiran Kumar, and he kept him, Kiran Kumar and Shiny, both of them were asked to board the so-called police jeep to go to take them to two-town police station of Chirala. But as there is contradictory statements. According to his father, Mr. Mohan Rao Kiran Kumar, he says that Vijay Kumar, the SI, he has used third-degree method, or he bet Kiran Kumar, due to which he received head injury. The police version is that while being taken in a jeep to the police station, he tried to escape, he jumped from the jeep and he received injuries. Whatever it is, this incident happened in police custody. There is no doubt in it. Then of course he was immediately shifted to the local GGH. From there he was shifted to Lalita Hospital, Super Specialty Hospital, Guntur, where while undergoing the so-called treatment, he succumbed to the injuries last night. That is on 21st night itself he died. 22nd the postmortem and other things have been conducted. He died on 21st. So during the course of treatment he died. No, it has become normally, it becomes a sensational issue. Of course, basing on the statement of this constable Ramareddy, first of all, a case has been registered against Kiran Kumar and Shiny, that they have obstructed the police, they were not wearing the mask, they have picked up a row with the police, that is 353 and section 51 of National Disaster Management Act. Of course, 323, all these small sections they have added. Now, basing on the statement of Kiran Kumar, or father of Kiran Kumar, Mohan Rao, another case has been registered, of course at that time under section 324 IPC, that the police used force on Kiran Kumar, due to which he received injuries. I don't know whether the section of law will be altered or not. So it has become a sensation, because this boy also belongs to Dalit community. That too, he is from Chirala, Malapalli area, which is otherwise called as Thomaspet. And he is associated with his father and himself, both of them are associated with the XMLA, Mr. Amachi Krishna Mohan. All these things are there. Therefore, things blew up, exploded like anything. But anyway, because two statements we have to consider, which is correct, the investigation will all be told. Now, it has gone to the notice of the CM, and he has declared an ex gratia of around 10 lakh rupees to the victim, and the IGA police, Vijay Prabhakar Rao, he has ordered the investigation to be conducted by another person, not from this district. So the investigation will be supervised by Mr. D. Gangadhar of Additional SP of Guntur district. Of course, as far as since we have to do the police have to do their job, SP Prakasham, he has entrusted the investigation to DSP Darshi. Initial investigation will be done by him and it will be supervised by the additional SP, Mr. Gangadharam. Of course, he also worked as a SI Vetapalam previously under me. Right, it's a different part, but anyway, so investigation has to go on. Now see how the brutality has once again surfaced already. That's why the moment of plateau, that is a Saturn moment, is there on the police department particularly. They have to be very, very careful. This is one thing, but what about the human rights? This is more important. So not wearing a mask, what is an offense? After all, it's an offense under 51 Disaster Management Act. What is the punishment? Hardly 500 rupees fine. Already municipality people, whenever we are going on the roads in the morning, of course, I am very sorry to say that people are not maintaining any social distancing in the morning, particularly near the vegetable markets. We are seeing what such a embarrassing situation for us. So they don't wear masks, they don't maintain the social distance. It's a different thing. But here, what is, I'm telling you, mask, not wearing a mask. At that time, municipality people, police people, they are checking and asking the people who do not wear the mask to pay fine of 50 rupees previously. Now it has been enhanced to 500 rupees. It's a simple offense. So the police should have chided him or should have noted down his name and will challan you later. Just you pay some 500 rupees or so. They would have paid. But there was unnecessary ruffle with the young people. Normal young people, they will be definitely agile and they will try to attack anybody because the youth, the blood of the youth is like that. So unnecessary picking up a quarrel, unnecessary matter. After all, nowadays we have to sympathize with the police and we have to praise the police department also because they are the real corona warriors after the medical department, medical, police and sanitary department. We have to appreciate their activities, but they should not lose their temper. The workforce pressure will be there definitely. They have to deal with different types of persons. So many people will be giving so many excuses. So whenever I was in the traffic duty, when I stop the people, normally they will be raising the first plea will be, sir, urgent medicines we have to get. That's why we are going 3 in number. Is that necessary? Second point, my friend has involved in some accident. Urgently we have to go. All these things are bogus, but still they have to maintain the so-called soberness. They have to claim. So otherwise, if they use things like this, definitely they will be going to face the risk. Otherwise, what happens? Suppose if they said Mohan Rao, father of disease, is adamant, and he files a case against them under at least section 304 part 1, then they have to face the music, they have to move on to the court, is it not? So the police officers should realize their role, their correct role to play. They have to, of course, no doubt, they will always be in a confused stage whether to maintain public interest or whether to maintain law. But as stated by the Honorable Court, rule of law is the most important one and they have to stick to the rule of law. No doubt public interest should be there. They can circumvent the law in a legal way. That is also there. If they know the law, definitely they can understand that also. Well, what is this? People, young boy, they should have challan him, they should have let out. People say that he was in a drunken state. So many stories are coming up. Whether these stories are true or not, the fact is that that boy was taken to custody by the police. Whether he jumped or not, he received injuries. Then he died intermittently due to the injuries. What more is necessary? It is nothing but excess use of force. He is not a criminal. He has not committed any murder. He is not a dreaded or dangerous dacoit. He is a young boy moving from one place to other place on a motorcycle. So what is the so much of necessity to cross-examine him, to corner him, to chide him, and ultimately to take him into custody? What is are the heavens going to fall down if they are not taken into custody? This is what is called police excess, and this should be avoided. Otherwise, things will be like this only, and they have to, one day or other, they have to pay for it. That's all. So please realize this was good case study. Thank you.